when the economy in the United States started to get bad, one of the first things that America did was start to look for illegal aliens, start to look for people who they can send back home, so that the jobs in America were reserved and preserved for its citizens. After World War II, Germany brought people from Turkey to work. And after that job, the work that they came in there to do was finished. Each of those people were given a sum of money, and all those people from Turkey were sent back home. We find ourselves here in Anguilla with an economy that is contracting, an economy that has clearly gone bad. And rather than our government say priority must be given to ensure that the people of this country are gainfully employed, we have a situation at Viceroy in particular where hundreds of people, upwards to 500 people, are working while our young people are starving. I was down in the valley a couple of weeks ago talking to a young man. He has a girlfriend and at least one child, if not two children. He is unemployed and he hasn't been working for a couple of months. Meanwhile, the folks are working at Viceroy. Something is wrong. Something fundamental is wrong. If we in this country is going to condone that kind of behavior when our citizens are being subjected to this condition, it is clearly unacceptable. Unacceptable. We have a hotel industry. We have a hotel industry that's been employing hundreds and hundreds of our citizens. And I think our government, the United Front government, is always pleased to report that we have full employment. What they fail to tell us is we have full underemployment. We have full underemployment. Today in 2009, when the cost of living in this country is so high, our women in particular are going down to these hotels and are working for just around $3 US an hour. That adds up to about $24 a day. $24 US a day. That can buy about 6 gallons of gas. 6 gallons of gasoline, if that much. Toiling all day. Our women are on their knees, scrubbing bathroom floors, making the environment high quality for our 5-star hotels. These same women oftentimes leave that job, take a short break, an hour, hour and a half, and they're off to a second job. So for the entire day, after toiling for 16 hours, they could find themselves still earning less than $50 US for an entire day. My fellow Anguillans, while this is happening, their children, our children in this country, are being raised by televisions. Our children's lives are being destroyed. The future generations of this country are being thrown in a state of hopelessness, because without guidance, most of us would go astray. Without guidance. As a young man going to school in the United States, I once made a presentation about the plight of Black America as a result of the fact that Black Americans had the low-end jobs, like what our people in Anguilla tend to get. Black America had the low-end jobs, and those children of Black Americans were being treated the way our children are treated today. The children were raised by televisions. The children are raised by televisions. And you have seen and heard of the problems in Black America and in Hispanic America, with the minority people in the United States. All they do is shoot and fight and kill each other in the ghetto. I'm sure some of you, like me, have seen that program on CNN. Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck is in Los Angeles. I have driven in that neighborhood many years ago. Today, young men are being shot down on the streets. Their homes are being shot into. And all is happening because of a lack of guidance. And that lack of guidance is as a consequence of their parents' inability to parent them. I want to say to you, I am not just here to point out problems. I'm here to try to work to find solutions. I did not give up my job at Cable and Wireless because I wanted a better paying job in government. I made a sacrifice to step out and say, I will stand up and stand out and stand ready to serve the people of this country, because I believe that I have something to offer this country to help to bring about fundamental change, to change our society, to change our economy, to give up the young people in particular of this country hope, real hope. The Honorable Minister of Finance said on radio this past Saturday in an interview with the two DJs there, along with the Honorable Mr. Hughes, and he said that the problems with the minimum wage will be addressed when he gets back in office in 2010. Mr. Banks has been elected in government for over 25 years. He's been in government for over 25 years, but he is going to establish a minimum wage in this country when he gets back in office in 2010. My fellow Anguillans, if you allow Mr. Banks and the United Front administration to fool you once again by putting them in office, you will be making a major mistake. I will commit to you tonight that having a minimum wage that is acceptable to the people of this country as a whole, and to my mind, a minimum wage should be somewhere in the vicinity of $5 US an hour if you were to look at the cost of living. We need to have a minimum wage that is more meaningful for the people of this country. I will commit to you that within 1 year of being in government, that is something that has got to be fixed by the opposition, who we all hope will form the government in the next election. We have got to get a minimum wage in place where our women can work fewer hours. Today, our women in the hospitality sector, in the hotel industry, they're working 6 days a week. 6 days a week. If you have young children, when do you parent? When do you parent? So I'm suggesting that we've got to revise our labor laws to not allow our women to work more than 40 hours to be considered a full-time job. Protecting and preserving the family in this country has got to be a priority. Having our children with some guidance, some parental guidance around them has got to be a priority. If after our women are making $5 an hour, 5 days a week, and they still want to work another full-time job, a part-time job, I guess they're free to do that. But this island should mandate that to be considered to be a full-time employee, you should not have to work more than 40 hours. Should not have to work more than 40 hours. We need to recognize that money is one thing. Having a society that is held together by families and communities is also another thing. And the way we're going, if we don't hold on to the fabric of the society as a nation, we are going to be in real trouble. So I'm suggesting to you that a focus must be placed on protecting and preserving the family and giving our women in this country some respect. And they must be treated with dignity. They must be treated with dignity.